and welcome to episode 14 of Dynamically Spoken, the weekly Guild Wars 2 podcast from Guildmag. As usual, I have Ali and Jason with me, so say hey guys.
Hello.
And today we are going to be looking at ArenaNet's April Fool's joke and the raising patch that hit last week. But before all that, we shall go to the news with Jason.
You've basically just said all the news for me. You ready for this? Welcome to the Super Adventure Box. Yeah, it's so good. 8-bit games in a game mode in Guild Wars. I didn't expect it, but it's here, so go play it. It's also a frequently asked questions blog regarding it on the blog area of the Guild Wars 2 website, and some more info, so you can check that out. Obviously, we got the raising patch that hit, so we got an update to the living story, and we got meaningful, useful, playable content. It's amazing. Yay! There was also an additional blog post about designing the living world, another one regarding the background of Braham. I'm just going to go with that, Braham, from now on. Wood vs. World obviously no longer has culling. It's gone. We can see people, and it's amazing. We got new gem store items which you can buy, so you can buy this like communal bonfire that gives you boosts, and you can buy a name change, and you can also buy new weapon skins that are kind of like a dredge, molten flame, frost theme, something like that. And finally, if you haven't bought the game but you're listening to the podcast, as I'm sure many of you are, you can save 30% on the game, or maybe you just want to buy another copy because you like hoarding digital games. So, supporting the hoarders, Guildmag, that's the news.
Yay. Alrighty then, the Super Adventure Box for April Fools. I'm just going to gush about it because it is so good.
It is so good. It is so... Fangirl mode, activate!
Pop!
It's just, I mean, for 8 bits, you got to admit, it looks pretty good.
It
Put
does.
a lot of effort into it.
It's so much effort, I'm surprised,
Yeah.
just for April Fools. I was kind of expecting them because it looked so good. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial, but the commercial is very funny.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
I
liked
loved it. Oh my god. I want to know which developer's kid that was.
I was looking at it, I'm like, oh nah, this is just a joke. They're gonna be like, I fooled ya, there's actually nothing at all. But it looks fantastic.
I don't think they're ever going to get rid of that Ridlock costume. I bet they just keep it in like a storage cupboard and they just take it out whenever something like this happens.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's at the end of it where his eyes just like go.
He's patting the kitty. And then it's so creepy. But this is probably going to be the most happiest episode ever. Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
I told you guys.
He prophesied this day would come. So yeah, we've all completed it now, or at least as far as we can get, because we think there's probably going to be more coming.
I'm only on World 1, so...
Wow.
Oh,
we haven't
yes,
all
no,
completed it.
we finished World 1, and
Okay.
there's actually, we didn't, because Valiant and I played together, and we didn't see that there was multiple worlds.
Oh yeah, there's 3.
So I just lied to everyone listening then.
Yeah.
Liar.
I've only been out like 3 hours.
Don't go in the wrong door when you go back in, because you'll just be doing it again.
Okay.
Pro tip.
Yes, boss.
So yeah, we've still got this princess to go and save then,
Yep.
which I'm looking forward to doing.
Random princess woman. Who is she? It's like Moto's love child.
The eyebrows are so creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite a challenge though, for especially if you don't like jumping puzzles, because there's quite a lot of jumping in it. But
then again, if you're really bad, you can just let somebody else do it and then die and spawn at the checkpoint. So.
Teamwork, killing each other.
yeah. But yeah,
No,
overall.
but it's a really good format where you can be in a group and it makes it easier, so it's encouraging gameplay, but it is not impossible to do it by yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, just generally overall, it's just so fun to do. I think.
I love the music. I just want to sit in a room and listen to it. It's kind of what I've been doing all day, actually.
We actually haven't, like, I've just realized, for those who perhaps don't have the game or, haven't been able to play it yet, we actually haven't described what it is actually the
Yeah,
update. We've just
we're-
said how wonderful it is.
Did someone want to give it a shot? Because you know what I'm like at describing things.
It's like playing Mario, but also playing Guild Wars at the same time.
I think it's
Hey,
actually
yeah.
closer to Zelda in a way as well.
Hmm.
It's like playing Zelda, but playing Guild Wars at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got a lot of the like RPG elements, like you can buy things like you buy the baubles and then you accumulate them and you can buy shovels and bombs and all that sort of stuff, and you have to go up these levels and fight bosses, and it's all in 8-bit. With the style of it is very 8-bit and the music is 8-bit, and it's very much an allusion to the kind of Japanese style.
Hmm.
It's just like every 8-bit classic game combined into one, really.
Yeah.
Plus Guild Wars.
One thing I want to point out is that Frog King on that zone is
It's
horrible.
So easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once you learn his moves, it's not that hard, because when he does the tongue thing, go behind him or dodge, etc., etc. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
When you first drop in there, you're like, oh my god,
like,
what is going on? How do I
Yeah.
dodge this? But then after a while, you figure it out. But I must admit, I think I wasted maybe about 2 to 3 continue coins trying to figure that
Yeah,
out, because I kept
same.
on dying.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for anyone who didn't figure it out for a while and then they just had to start all over because it was the last boss of the world.
Yeah.
They just
yeah.
died all their continue coins.
Yeah. So anything else to say about Super Adventure Box? Because I mean, we could.
Take it away
Skins?
from us.
Yeah, I think the character at the start said it's only going to be for one day, but in the FAQ it said it's going to be there for all of April.
Yeah.
And they've put so much effort into this. I really
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
if they're going to actually take it out.
I think they might be relying on fan feedback maybe, because maybe if people love
Yeah.
it, which they do, then they'll keep it for us.
I think it's just something they'll probably reuse next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
So
They put a lot of effort into the Halloween jumping puzzle and the Winter's Day jumping puzzle, but this is just like a whole new.
yeah.
Yeah, this is
Insane.
this is something that can be changed. Like they can just make new maps, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like reminiscent of what ArenaNet can. Well, not reminiscent. You know what I mean? It's like showing what they can do. Because I mean, lately we've been kind of bashing them around a little bit, but it's kind of I think reminded a lot of people actually what they're capable of.
Yeah. I'll do that in the scholarly way. It elucidates the capabilities of the game.
There we go.
Yeah, it just shows this is fantastic, and you think in a massive, really, no, I can't believe I just said that, MMO, that it has these sort of capabilities is really wonderful to be reminded that such good things can come out of these mechanics.
Yeah, I think Josh Foreman's the guy who does all of these crazy maps. They never get rid of him, never let his contract end.
Yep.
Just keep him.
Yeah, for sure. And I was so surprised that this is not at all something I was expecting. And it's such an original idea.
Yeah. I've just been blown away by it. I wasn't expecting this, the scale of it.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Anything else to say on that?
No, I'm done with the sab.
All right.
Skins?
Oh yes. Well done.
Oh yes.
Oh, I
Do
really
I get a
want.
gold star now?
Yeah. I really want
Last night the skin, just half the skin came out of the onesies.
Oh
We're not
god.
talking about that.
We are not going there. That's going to be edited out. So yeah,
The skins are great.
yeah. I really want the shield.
Oh,
I
yes.
want the great sword.
The great sword.
I
It's
want
just...
them all.
Yeah, I want them all as well. I'm a bit of a hoarder and a collector in that sense.
And the backpack as well. That looks really cool.
I haven't
Yes,
looked
the
at that one.
backpack. It's got a nice, holographic It's got
Ali
a
tries to
nice
communicate.
hologrammatic kind of sheen to it.
Yeah. That wasn't meant to be like a patronising, yeah, because I don't know if it sounded like it was.
I want
You're
like whenever
lovely.
you quick one just to stop playing like music really loud.
You're lovely. I know you're not sarcastic like that.
Alright then, should we move on to the raising patch? I've got a bit of a confession. I haven't actually played any of the content yet, so I'm kind of like relying on
You just don't want to admit how great it is. I think.
Yeah.
I'm relying on you two a bit. So
I'm actually writing a story based along the storyline for Chronicles of Tyria. So I as soon as it came out, I was like on that stuff. I was just all over it.
So what do you think
and
of the story then?
It's really good. Like, it's a really wonderful step in the right direction. I was really impressed by, the sort of storyline. There are some things I really don't like about it, for sure, but it is what I kind of expected from a Gathering Storm,
Mm.
And like I said before to you guys, it's really fantastic. I just wish they would have released it in the first content, not in
Yeah.
part 1, not in part frickin' 3 or 5 or 6 or
Well,
I don't know where we're up to.
I'm hoping that like this is sort of a sign that they have all the systems sorted out now, and we won't see much of that again. Maybe, maybe not though.
So,
But one thing I am sort of a little bit sad about with it is it's just the classic Guild Wars 2 failure at getting the lore across, if that makes sense. Because we had this wonderful blog post about Braham's backstory, and he's like this really touching sort of history. And then you go in game, and none of it's there. And the only thing in game is that Braham is just this random guy who like came out of a Erstagog in one night stand who's just trying to save the world for 10 minutes.
I thought you were going to say something different. Came out of Eskagolskans. Oh my god, we're really going to go there? Oh, sorry guys.
But it's just like we got this awesome backstory about him, and it's not there, which
Yeah.
they do a lot.
And can I just ask, who made the character models for these creatures?
Who made rocks?
I know!
That's what I
Even
wanna
Brahm
ask.
looks like the teenage heartthrob.
Yeah. It's this week on American Idol.
so does Rox look as bad in game then?
Oh,
Since I haven't
she's
seen her.
terrible.
She's improved ever so slightly, but she's still like looking at a fork that's going to stab your eyes out and never come back.
She's an anime character. She looks like if this is true and this actually happened, my heart warms. But she looks like a 5-year-old girl designed her.
I just thought like I was expecting when I walked up to her to just like touch a bit and go, "Ooh,
Oh my god. Oh, I'm just giggling way too much. It's the hype of the Super Mario box. If it's not the characters, because I think I really feel bad saying this because I love everyone at Arena Net. The characters, I think that they could have used a lot more work. Brahm, it just seems like a teenage heartthrob, and I cannot identify. I laugh. Like, when he says stuff, I don't take it seriously. Like, I just kind of like, he's just, like a teenage boy being silly. And Rox, when I look at her, I can't take her seriously. But the actual story, the actual progression of the story and the different instances, like, I'm so glad they used instances, is really good. It is actually very, enthralling.
I'm really excited for next month because on the I think it was the Designing the Living World blog post, they mentioned the different ways in which they can use the living story. So they said instances in the open world, and they also mentioned like mini dungeons.
Yeah.
So I just really want to see just a dungeon with these guys. And
It's
it'd be so cool.
It's definitely the storyline available to do that.
Yeah, just like to finish it off with just like a massive dungeon with just like this gigantic dredge just like smashing you in the face. It's
That would
just
be
like,
awesome.
No, we lost.
ArenaNet, listen to Jason.
Listen to me.
So, do you now feel ready for a finale then? Considering what you felt
God.
like before.
I hope this is just like, I was thinking about it, and this is just the Gathering Storm. So, I'm hoping that it's the Flame and Frost whole thing actually continues, and this is just one chapter of Gathering Storm or something like that. Like, it can't just continue with finish with the finale, surely.
What if we kill everyone?
Okay, so anything else to what I was going to ask is it worth the time you invest into it then, doing the story?
I'd say so.
Yeah,
So-
yep, definitely.
Only thing I want now is something like the personal story that tracks it instead of it being achievements, because just something that would like tell us what had happened so far would be helpful.
Yeah.
Nothing up to this point.
It's very odd, like, I don't quite know where ArenaNet is going with this. Like, it just feels like it's warming up and it's the finale next. It doesn't feel right. And I wish I kind of knew where they were going with it.
Maybe they'll put
Yeah.
more stuff out this month as it progresses.
I mean, it's such a big thing, like the Dredge and the Flame Legion getting together and sharing technology, and there's so much potential, and it feels like there's a massive story about it. But if they end it straight away, you can't explore that story. It just feels like there's massive build up to nothing.
Yeah.
So it definitely has a lot of potential there.
I love the new fly through cinematics because, like, obviously in
Yeah.
Guild Wars 1 we had the cinematics where they'd be speaking and the lip sync would be horrific and they were the worst cinematics ever. I think they even made it into like a top 10 worst cinematics somewhere on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like, they were never focusing on the face, so like the flying around with the just lip movement and the emotes really made it blend well.
Yeah, I must admit, in the whole time, I've never really noticed how bad the lip syncing was. But then when I saw Rox and Ridlock talking, I realized that their maws were just moving up and down. It was so
Yeah.
strange, and I never really noticed it on Brahma or anything like that. So and that was only when they were close up that I noticed it. So
Yeah.
definitely the flying cinematics is a lot better.
Okay, so in that patch as well, they had World v World changes. Have either of you done World v World?
No.
I did a couple of hours this evening. It's great. It just like when you realise how many people you're actually playing with, it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
It's
Feels
just like
good.
these servers hold a lot of people.
What's
We
it?
can,
Go on, dear, because I can't remember what I'm going to say.
You can't form
Sorry.
sentences.
I was about to say, it just shows us how impressive it is. Like, before we knew they were impressive, but we kind of had to have faith because we couldn't see all the people.
Yeah.
But now we can
It's
actually
kind of
see
just like,
just how cool
Look
they
at all
are.
the stuff that isn't here but is there, but you can't see it. It's so impressive.
Does it put
Now we can see it.
much extra strain on your computer? Like
If
what?
you have the models there, yeah, but if you just have it so it's just the nameplate, then it actually makes it better, in my opinion, than what we had.
Which one do you run on?
I just have them both on lowest, and I mean I can have them higher, but I have them lowest and lowest, and my frame rate is so much better, and I can still see all the nameplates and where everyone is. So
Alright. Right, so anything else to say about the raising patch or anything else before we wrap it up?
no,
No, I'm quite happy.
Alright, then, so that about wraps it up for this show. As always, you can use the comment system on YouTube or the Guildmag website to send feedback or questions or anything about this episode or any of the others. And our email address is podcast@guildmag.com. Again, any questions, comments, etc. And you can also get in touch on each of our Twitter accounts or the Guildmag Twitter account, and they'll all be in the show notes. And that's about it from me, and so we'll see you next week.
See you. I think my cat's pissed near me.